Welcome to Tokyo Auto Salon 2022. It looks like there's some pretty cool stuff here. We're at the Sphere Light booth, but anyway, this is a Liberty Walk. Mitsuoka, like Mitsuoka who made the weird 15 and S13 Silvia reformed cars. They made like a supercar at one point, and Liberty Walk decided to make overfenders and aero for that. Here's Liberty Walk S15. They went really extreme on this aero, so it's probably like it or not sort of deal with it, but it's kind of like the old Kaido racer style on an S15, but driven in D1 by Hibino Tetsuya, and it's rotary powered, so everything about it is out of the box. Speaking of the S15, here's Hibino right here himself. That's pretty amazing. He was just standing there when I turned around. Arigatou gozaimasu. Liberty Walk. Liberty Walk R34. Again, people are either gonna like it or not for the aero. Definitely is wild. Impressive in person. Like online, I was always kind of like, oh, I don't know, but like seeing it like this, it's a look. Not what you'd expect to see. Corvette here next to the Impulse Hachiroku. On the way out here, Thrash Racing just posted on Instagram saying that this is one of their friends, and it's a 75mm wide body. So it's really subtle, very clean, really well executed. And it says Kodam Fiberworks right there. Kodam Fiberworks, and it's tons of carbon. I got the thrash buckets in there. So the doors are carbon. Amazing. I don't know how much of this is carbon, but that's amazing. There's the Hedgehog, thrash seats, and the Corvette. This is the Auto Salon magic right here. You got the carbon vet. Then right next to it, it's just this carbon paneled, it says Skyline. Is this a Hakosuka? Stuff like this doesn't really make the internet, but it's so cool when you just stumble across it. And the front side of that, I believe it is a Hakosuka. Carbon doors on display, hood is carbon, fenders are carbon. Old Star Motors. So Old Star Motors. Stripped down. Yeah, carbon weave, man. Beautiful. This is the Formula Drift R35. Girls are out. That's usually the time to go, but Liberty Walk R35, Formula D sticker in it. Engine's in there, sitting really low. Looks like it's not plumbed or anything. Again, I know you don't care. There's girls, there's girls. Let's see if I can get a thumbnail. Liberty Walk C8 right there. Definitely nice rear end selection there. It's interesting, there's rivets on the panels, or screws on the panels, but there's not a seam there unless it's just wrapped over and blended together, but the fit is quite amazing. You gotta give credit to Liberty Walk. I know it's the polarizing designs, but like just being willing to totally go against whatever the car's current styling is. Hey, little wave from the model, but you know, going against whatever the car's current styling is just to create your own lines. Like, I know you guys are probably all looking at the girl, but the fender line is just totally different than stock. I mean, to have that sort of confidence just to say like, I'm gonna make this thing and then put it out there, I think that's really cool. There we go. Look at that thing. Woo. Paired up with this thing. AMG, bringing the heat. That's sick. In the center hall now, this is kind of more like the drifty stuff that we all know and love. And then that continues over in the West Hall. So for those who don't know, there's like 4 halls, so to speak. 3 in a row, and then 1 that's over, and that's the North Hall that's over on the side. So we are now in the Central Hall, which is huge. You can see it just keeps going behind me. Yo, you just gotta stop when you see. Look at that paint. Ooh. Old Accord wagon love, done up in like the loudest fashion possible. Exhaust tips, neon and red Alcantara, neon leather interior. Green, Accents. I'll tell you what, you can always say like it's not your style, but you gotta appreciate the work that people put into some cars. Like, doesn't matter what it is. There's some serious labor and time that goes into some of these cars. Yeah, there we go. VIP daddy. On the old OZ Futuras, an absurd crown. Headlights are really good. Rocchiato Kid Mary. Just, there we go, Rocchiato. It's just amazing, like, yeah, sure, let's just walk around my couple $100,000 car. I guess it's just like all the exotics too. These are cool. So simple, but so cool. How good is that? Right next to a Toyota 3000 GT, which I believe they're called 2000 GTs, so maybe that's representing the motor swap in it. So, yeah. Rocky 3000 GT. Yeah, there we go. GP Sports. They got a, I don't know what, Toyota A6 FRS. Toyota messed up the naming on these cars so much that I don't even know what to call them anymore. But anyway, GP Sports is out here. It's got, I don't know, it's got some wide fenders on it, front and rear. I don't know if that's GP Sports Aero or not. But mufflers, steer or suspension bits, and your S-chassis reinforcement kit for your rear knuckle that's going to crack. That's some beef. Look how thick that is, my word. Yeah, the red is the reinforcement. Nice. Manifold for S-chassis, subframe reinforcements, lower arm extensions, their one-off knuckle, and G-Master coilovers, which I used to think are the coolest thing. They're still sick. Cooling fan, sprayer, just like all the drifting stuff. All the goods. Next to GP Sports in the Vittura booth is the Miya Seimitsu Silvia S15 with the 4-rotor big boy turbo on it. 4-rotor engine, twin HKS race gates. We saw this car at Sevens Day at Mobara Circuit. Huge Garrett, no doubt maybe getting support by GCG. Monster intercooler. This looks refined, maybe changed a little bit since Sevens Day. Huge plenum dual throttle bodies. Looks like LS style coil packs. Yeah, monster Rotary. And this company here, Miya Seimitsu, they are kind of the masterminds behind the engine. They make a original 4-rotor kit. And what they're really pushing now is Z33 trans adapters. So they make adapter kits for like rotaries and S-chassis and stuff like that. And this is their 4-rotor crank, flange, pan. Look at that billet pan, good grief. So yeah, Miya Seimitsu. Looking at the back of the S15, because it is a proper D1 car. High spec, get your fuel cell back here. Rear mount rad peeking through there. Cage is still a bolt-in style cage. Cut bumper, twin winner's quick change, twin turn downs, a Kia Formula arms, S15 member. And then a D1 lights car, again sponsored by Miya Seimitsu. KP Garage, they're a YouTube channel as well, big in Japan, KP Garage. 2J big turbo, nice surge tank, Bosch throttle body it looks like maybe. I'm guessing it might be Z33 Mission perhaps if Miya Seimitsu is a part of the build, so maybe that has their trans swap on it. And then aim gain, aero no doubt. So yeah, D1 lights bringing some style. The Toyota A6 platform is a good looking platform. I know it's got a reputation of being like hard to drive and stuff like that, but they're cool. Oh no, I've ventured into High Ace Alley. Garage KM1 drawing a crowd, rebuilding. So yeah, live building an EJ20 here at Auto Salon. Why not? Uh-oh, models must be out. Oh, it's a Flurf model, cat model. There you go. And people love it. But they do have the race cars out. Up garage GT300 car, Super GT 2018. It's interesting to see them putting the like super high-end race cars on display instead of their bread and butter like drifter or whatever everyday Joe kind of car builder. because their customers are not those car owners. But if there's an up garage, we gotta go shopping. Got seats, Nardi, 21,000, old Momo, mufflers, and lights. I don't know, 2015 Up Garage brought out Kazuya Taguchi's, I think it might have been D1 car at the time, his D1 S15. And that was sick, like, had a crowd and stuff. I feel like they kind of missed the target, that's a bummer. Ford Bronco, yeah baby. It'd be cool to see the Broncos get some sort of establishment here in Japan. The Jeeps, on the other hand, they are quite well established. You see those like, I'm not gonna say everywhere you go, but they're common. The vibe that the Jeep has, the Bronco captures that, so it'd be cool to see if the Bronco could kind of work its way into Japan. There we go, the models are out. I'm in the background, and the camera guys come out. Auto Salon. There's a car here, obviously, but let's just take a minute to appreciate this display. Let's take a step back here and see what kind of space they're dedicating, and like this booth size for monster screen. A little, you know, counter over there to talk to people, some clothes. I don't know, maybe they got a VIP room behind the wall. And then this car, that's it. Like, what a flex. Lega Velo by Arta Mechanics, there you go. Yeah, like just what an FU booth, that's amazing. Biggest TV in Japan. All right, here's one that I was looking forward to. Daigo's been posting about it. And it started out just being some guy that Daigo kept tagging in his build. And then it started out at, you know, TMAR or whatever. And then it finally switched names to Trail Motor Apex Racing. And they got a monster booth. And I had no idea what the history of this team, I'm gonna call it, is, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have an R35 drift car, and we got that Hakosuka Daigo just built, and the Century over here, and we just have the Lamborghini over there. And out of nowhere, I'm gonna say, because I just don't know, out of nowhere, it just flexing hard. Models out, dudes are out. So I don't know the history of this R35, if it's a fresh build or maybe if it's purchased kind of as is and upgraded to more current specs. There we go. Get the good stuff. It is cool to see like a classy model out here, not showing it off and not afraid to be videoed, but R35 GTR drift spec. I don't know if this is going to be the backup for the Hakosuka. That would kind of make sense, but this maybe was something Daigo had in his arsenal as well. Or it's Robbie's old R35, the Funatsu one? I don't know. Basically, you don't just like pull an R35 build out to go drifting. Like, there's gotta be some history to that car. Hakosuka there, Century there, model there. And this bike, this Harley, look, is it? I'm guessing it's a Harley, but look at this crazy airbrush. Dude, how sick is that? How many hours are in this paintwork? You got the demons, the demon slayers. Wow. And then you got the Bosso Yankee super pop style. Love the heavy flake, beautiful. All right, so I just saw a staff jacket, asked him, so this guy here, Mr. Uchiyama-san, he painted the bike. Took 2 months. Look at that detail. I'm mesmerized here. Whoa, and look at the faces. Seriously, dude is flexing. Like new age demon. Trail Motor Apex Racing making it happen, like funding all these insane builds. RAA Japan, maybe for Instagram. If you want some of the sickest airbrush in Japan, hit that dude up. Homie is slaying demons over here. Proper race car. Honda NSX. Look at that carbon. Look how thin that is. It's just like straight panels. Beautiful spoiler. I love the roll edges on the carbon wing. All carbon, just amazing. Let's get a look at the front. That's just straight aggression. Look at that thing. Stanley, killing it. Final Connection, you know, kind of an old favorite. Their booth is, you know, going with the times. Cars that more people buy. Big winners is Liberty Walk. They were out handing out these yellow sphere light bags in force. And if you see a yellow flash, that's a Liberty Walk bag. If you see a cool R34 sedan, we're probably at the URAS booth, and that's exactly where we are. Great looking setup on this 34. I'm a big fan of this, I don't know what to call it, like steel blue color, stone blue. It's really been my thing recently. This thing is sick. Well, there's the Volk 21Cs. And look at that. Nice little girth addition to the car. Beautiful front end. Too bad the lighting's a little bit dark over here. But excellent to see him still pushing his original love. Most impressive, Nobukin's still pulling a crowd. Look at this, people are lined up to get the goods. I'm here to get some gloves. The man himself, Nobukin. Got the goods from the man himself. Too bad they're not for me. Secret Garage R32. Notable from Noriyaro. Content. RB26, we got some cam cover swaps going on. In progress. Garage Active BNR32 pulling a crowd here. Looking amazing doing it. Big HKS turbo, Grady plenum. If this is full carbon, they just said, yeah, we don't need to flex that. We're just gonna paint right over it. But man, that is a beautiful wide body setup. In the day of OEM Plus, like, yeah, that's wide, but it's not over the top. And it's so clean. I mean, it's just not, it doesn't stick out. This is just over the top. Amazing, so clean. I guess we're like in resto mod territory, you know, like OEM Plus is not the term, it's like resto mod. So these cars are coming back better than they ever were. And next to the 32 is the 33. Again, similar engine base setup. Huge HKS turbo, Grady plenum, beautiful manifold. Something down there. Nice tower bar, and again, the Garage Active, super wide body. Seriously. I think the body lines of the 33 maybe don't hide it as well, because, you know, it's just a little more billowy in the rear than the 32. Like that sharp, crisp. Both are still beautifully done. Really neat spoiler, carbon addition to looks like the stock risers with the carbon center panel. Air suspension in the back. Full carbon Recaros. Yo, this thing is sick. I believe these are their own custom wheels as well to fill out such wide guards. So this is really cool to see, like my original two aero loves. We got BN and Vertex right next to each other. BN Sports keeping it traditional with some Silvia love. We got the Gene Horino's FD Japan Koki S14. VR38 powered, no doubt. I don't know if it's stroked out or anything like that, but that is becoming the go-to engine in Japan. Beautiful BN Aero. And this is the BLS Aero. So this is an update from their existing lineup. We got more aggressive front fenders. I think additional maybe lip canards, under canards, under spoilers in the front. Kind of the BLS signature fins on the exit of the fenders there. Beautiful side skirts. New style skirts there. Rear fenders again. It's following like a wider flare type line. Pumped out, overlapping. I believe this is Type 2 rear bumper. a swan neck spoiler to rule all swan neck spoilers. How good is this? So aggressive. I mean, that's like Bean's thing, right? Like big and aggressive. I think I got a brake here. I can get a full side shot. Inside, Nardi, relocated shifter position, e-brake, bright buckets, radium fuel cell. It's cool to see the footprint they have in Japan now. Super high quality, and Japan's just reaching out to high quality, like no matter where it's from. Full cage, rear mount rad. Solid rear window though, and solid trunk. I'm curious if this is to be cut or if it ran last season like this. Love the OG Graham lights. Project Mu calipers tucked in there. Paired next to that is, I think, Yuichi Amagai's S15, again BLS. This one has a totally different BLS front bumper that the S14 does not have. Under lip tray there, splitter, BLS, super wide fenders. Again with the vents and kind of canard exit on the fenders. Same wheel tire setup. Side skirts again, similar style between the two. They're both on the BLS aero system. Rear under painted. And this, I believe, is just special to the BLS. I should really ask them, because I'm certain that's using like a Type 2 rear bumper, and this one I believe is all new for the BLS aero for the S15. And huge GT wing, again, not swan neck, but equally as awesome and certainly equally as wide. So in the rear, we got the half cut window, rear mount radiator, and the span sticker, Spawn Technology. Hints at maybe where a lot of the metalwork was done on this build. Holley components for the fuel system, which is interesting to see. And then power steering in the back, electric power steering down there. Fuel safe fuel cell. Divided from the driver with some little inlets on the quarters. Solid mounted windows. Nice touchpad in the center. FDF handbrake. Sequential looking like Samsonis, and AIM dash up there. Engine on this one, I do believe, is a 2J. Similar in livery, different builds. I'm not sure if this is like Pro 1 and that's Pro 2. Seems to be a little different level of build. Okay, so I got the feedback on the S14, and style-wise, yeah, it is a mix-up. The side skirts are new for the BLS line, and the rear is actually the Type 5, and I believe it was on the red Zinky from Auto Salon 2 years ago. They used it as well. So yeah, kind of like breathing new life in some of the previous designs. And the front is Type 4. The whole setup right now, she said, is basically just the BLS parts are the side steps and the fenders at the moment. And they're kind of developing it from there, but very cool. It's cool to see them doing new things. Boom. The first mystery bag I've ever bought, BN Sports, it seemed fitting. Had a good chat with them, good people. Pretty heavy, so hopefully we got some good stuff in there. There's Vertex Ueno's D1 car. This one's had a bit of a rough season, getting patched up. I do love the chassis. The man himself just walked right by me. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh. Cool little accents like this. Titanium bolts, hardware, fuel gauge, carbon bucket, of course Vertex steering wheel, carbon dash. Here's just a really cool package. And you can see some of the design cues carrying over with the fender line as well in the new GR86. This is something I expected to make a bigger splash on the internet than it did, kind of. I don't know. This Belus Mare, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the mega wide body Z33 followed by mega wide body Z34, all the wide in one package. 326 power Mitsuru power wheels, huge spoiler. They're selling these complete cars on Yahoo. Like, they're just putting them together, and there've been a few on Yahoo for sale. all put together like this. Definitely has like an RWB vibe on a Z33 and the Z34 version. This one's sporting like a complete front bumper versus like a stock tile lip. I don't know. Super wide. Someone tell me how to pronounce the Berumare. What every car needs these days. Headlight lens covers from Y Square. So here we are in another trade school, vocational school, tech school booth, Shizuoka Prefecture School of Technology. So you can see this crazy wide body bug eye. If you want cool old cars, Star Road, definitely a place to come to. A couple S30Zs here. Amazing condition, and they've got their own wheels, kind of like the JDM Snowflakes, like the Trans Am wheels from Pontiac Trans Ams back in the day. Beautiful wheels, beautiful cars. This like whatever pearl yellow really pops. I've seen a few RWB cars in person, and they're impressive every time. Like, I don't know, people think stuff gets played out, but it just looks good every time. And it's rough rhythm. Just, I don't know, something about it. Some America in Japan, laid out S197 with, look at this exhaust. What is that? Through the bumper and back, wrapped around. Oh, Dr. Dre getting ready to come on? Please tell me. Never mind. I thought we were gonna do some Chronic right then. Another tech school, Tokyo Automotive University. And I'm glad they're not messing up the FDs. Just make FDs look like cool FDs. Biggest crowds I've seen today, and apparently this is the Tone Tools booth. I wonder if the Tone girl is here. Look at that crowd for tools. Must be a good deal. Oh, there we go. The girls are out. But monster, this is Daigo's Yaris. There you go. Girls through the glass. The OEs, man, they're pulling in the people. And this one is no doubt to see the new Z, which is up there. Here is Arisa Mizuhara's FDJ2 Yaris, and the man himself right there. Hey, Robbie. How about that ducting? Just a void, it's back there. All plated off, funneled right down to the rads. I mean, Cusco spared no expenses building these cars. Like, they applied all their rally type knowledge into them. Look at that front, that is so aggressive. A good old blue. It's good to see Cusco still going so strong, trying new things, developing new parts, pushing new cars. Like, Cusco is just one of the OGs in the game. Just one of the legendary names in the business. Good to see them still going strong. Like an updated, almost like an updated version of Gold. It's an interesting one to see a booth. As far as I know, Cruich is a car dealer in Mie Prefecture. And it's interesting to see that they have a booth. I would assume they're selling these cars. R34 GTR. R34 GTR. Huge truss T78 33D on it. But what they're highlighting and pointing out is that it's RB26 with the R35 GR86 transmission fitted. Oh, and there it is right there. So if you want a way to modify a $100,000 car and make it more expensive, you put an R35 transmission into it. Something about seeing a R35 GTR in this fashion feels very American. Not the type of GTR you'll see in Japan, like, ever. Crazy to see one in full drag spec, like no compromise Slicks, full drag spec.
This car took a little bit less gas, so he was able to make the pass on
On a mission now to try and find Zeknova tires. Say hi to Hiroshi from Sakata Motors, who, for reference, he was in the Minami video. He's the S15 that I rode along with. Maybe he's here? Maybe he's here? Oh, konnichiwa. Superstar channel.
We will release this tire for time attack.
This is time attack tire.
So,
What is it? The Performance RR?
so performance RR のね。
DC2
DC2 こっちからDC2
There we go. Got some DC2 tires.
DC2 tires.
Zeknova.
Zeknova.
There we go. Good little lineup here. Hardcore MFer. Look at that thing. Got the Never Effin' Suck Luke Huxham special on there. Look at that setup. Stands for days. Spirit Ray. Z33. Really interesting front setup for your front bumper. Like, cool. Really angular though. And kind of looks snubbed. I don't know the words for it, but it is a cool look. Wide fenders blended perfectly in with the body. Beautiful paint. There you go. Fujitsubo, the classic style. Those go vertically out the back of your Z or Hakosuka. Twin all the way up to twin. This is their header as well. So divided all the way back. At the Greddy booth, and we have found a legend. Look at this. TD06 baby. So this is the new TD06 20RX, which flows about 450. It's rated to where, like, exactly as the old 20G comes in the bottom and 25G flows at the top. It really mimics the curve if you blended both of those. So stepped up the performance for like small packaging as well to keep response. So it's like the same 8cm housing. Big, of course, big wastegate down there. And then this is the cast manifold. If your 20G manifold cracks, now you have a cast ready manifold for your SR to rock your 20G setup. Love that. There's actually a car on the channel running that 20RX kit. If you go back through the videos, there's a red lady running the 20RX, and that dude shreds, and the car shreds. So I'm sold. Yeah, it's a controversial topic in the SR crowd, but man, the 20G rips. HK is continuing to support the legacy engines with their Superfire Racing Coil Pro. Anyway, new coil pack kits for the old engines. If you recognize her, she was in Hyperdrive. That's Kisa Awano. She's a D1 GP or D1 Lights driver. Rocket Bunny 180. This is like the wild version of Rocket Bunny. Buy Now Japan booth is poppin', and there's no models. There's actually famous Japanese YouTubers here. Up above there it says Gare Dori Kai. Anyway, that's their YouTube channel, and yeah, it's just a couple dudes. They work on cars and build cars such as this one, and quite popular. It's a big channel in Japan. So right there on the side of the car, Gare Dori Kai. So it's kind of cool to see people being excited about cars like in America because of YouTube. Look at this turnout to see YouTubers talk. This is a surprise Hakosuka here. Sakamoto Sangyo. Carbon rainbow flake on the block. Get out of here, dog. Carbon topper cover. Carbon over fenders, deep wheels. The Bride retro seats, full painted interior, carbon dash. Homie is flexing, trying to get on Daigo's level. Amazing. Look, there we go. That is the JDM setup right there. Surge tank, external Bosch 44 pump, and like a stock gas tank feeding it all with the hard lines and carbon floor. My word, LED tails. This is legit. Little 4-point roll cage. Oh, sorry, I lied. Front bars and everything. Tilt and pedal box. Word. Biggest flex yet. Individual stack meters. The main race units are like, you know, $1,300, $1,500, but when you start adding up meter by meter by meter, like that tack is like $500, $600 by itself. Cars like this make me happy. Right next to a Z. Rocket Bunny. And this Sunny truck is supplying the beats right now. Dang. Yo, look at that beautiful carb setup. So clean. Sunnies are the jam. Yeah, Obayashi works. Obayashi works. Very cool. I was in the way because I was looking at the car, but it's model time. Look at that. This is a, yeah, Sunny truck too. This is a view here. Biggest collection of photographers I've seen today. Hope you guys saw something good there because I couldn't see anything. Demographics on my channel say it's 100% dudes anyway, so I'll pander a little bit, I suppose. This is a surprise. Check this out. Milwaukee Tools is making a run at Japan. Who would have thought? Koyo Rad. It's model time. Is there a thumbnail in here? Bugatti. Koyo makes Bugatti radiators. Why not? Oh, model's still there. Beautiful S30. If you have F40 money, they're going to be auctioning an F40. Starting price, $2 million. Or 2 million equivalent, you know what I mean, to yen. As a DC2 owner now, I gotta show respect to Spoon. I mean, honestly though, I've been kind of nerding out on their website, reading some of their like car rebuilds that they do and maintenance stuff. And I just love their like, we don't care about horsepower philosophy. We're just gonna make it reliable and run well. So yeah, that's all I want for the DC2. It's an impressive lineup of all the legends. OS Geek in here. Their OS twin cam head on this S30. Triple twin carbs. Beautiful exhaust manifold. And dry sump, baby. Why not? What a car. Taniguchi's HKS GR Yaris. Time attack? Question mark? I honestly don't know. There's so many of these so many of these like Daigo builds floating around. Kazama Auto Modi's RCF. Perfect example of just VR38 domination. It is the engine that makes sense to make power. Twin top mount Garrett's. Ready intake manifold, NOS, all the bits. Like full on build. Full on cage, sequential, looks like a Samsonite pad. I mean, just, you know, check all the boxes. Beautiful E36 here. Definitely don't see these every day. Maybe the only one at the show. That I'm not sure. And oh, why not? A LS3 under the hood, if it had a hood. There you go. What a statement, E36 in Japan. I didn't think I'd find two of these half-restored Hakosukas here, but they intentionally left a completely untouched section of the car and got the other half into primer, it looks like. And also, interesting, looks like an S-chassis cross member, so those suspension mods going on in this thing next to a four-door with the RB25 NA. This is all in G-Works booth, so magazine for the old cars. Beautiful long nose S30. Man, those headlights are so good like that. Formula D Japan, Fukata's JZX 100 Mark II. SSR is looking bling bling. Stripped out, lightweight, rides, good setup. And of course, pretty aggressive rear mount rad, scooping, trying to scoop the air with the oil cooler stacked on top. We got Yusei Akiba's D1 car. Super stylish. Being sports, the good stuff. I really enjoy the louvered metal on the hood. What a touch, what a touch. Hey, no window, that helps viewing. Carbon dash. Seat position is nice and far back. Keypad, tilt and setup. Of course, reverse knuckles, but yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. I mean, just such a simple livery, not crazy. It's got the big NASCAR style numbers, but very visually appealing. And I like that it's bright. So easy to see. Quite an enjoyable car. PWR radiator, fuel safe fuel cell. That's awesome. Winner's quick change from MA. Shout out MA, builders of cool cars, cool S15s as well. They just got a mic power rundown Brian put up. Yeah, check out their channel for how to build an FD Pro level S15. I love it. No windows in this thing. Full access. TTI gearbox, it looks like. Subaru GT300 car. That is sick. Look at that rear diffuser under tray. That's beautiful. How about that for some heat extraction out the hood? Yo, what is this? STI is just flexing out here. The ERA concept. Headlights and splitter. And look at the STI logo lit up. We'll wrap it up there for today. What a day, man. My brain is fried from looking at so much and talking so much, but there's more on the channel. If you're watching this video, there's likely others on the channel from Auto Salon. I just broke out certain cars to highlight them specifically, spend a little more time on them. So yeah, check the channel for other content. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Your support really means a lot. See you guys in the next one. Much love, be well.